Alright, today we're going to make my favorite burritos. I'm going to start off with a can of sliced mushrooms, drained. Cast iron pan. Burrito and sofrito in the jars, Goya brand. 1 pound of grass-fed ground beef. 3 packets of Goya Saison seasoning. Colby Jack shredded cheese. Two large burritos, whatever brand you prefer, the biggest ones. I drizzle a little oil in that cast iron pan. Bring it to heat. Gonna slice up 1 medium onion. Just leave your knife sharp. Always rinse it. Cut the ends off, half it, slice it, then chop it. Nothing too fancy. Just a rough chop is fine. Slide them into the pan along with the mushrooms. Back on the heat. Now we're going to add the 3 packets of Saison seasoning. Get that nice and hot. Caramelize them up. Gonna add a little bit of this avocado. I love that frozen stuff. Gonna use that at the end when we plate it. So we're just gonna bring this mixture of vegetables up to a nice heat. Get them caramelized. Take a little saucepan, put it on medium heat. Gonna do a half a jar of sofrito, half a jar of burrito. Super simple. Those are Goya brand, by the way. That's all I use. Gonna use some hot sauce in there, kind of spice it up a little bit. This is gonna be a sauce that we dress the burritos with at the end, so it's just gonna cook on the side for a little bit. Take yourselves a little bit of heavy cream, about a half cup or so. Pour it in there. Make sure you stir your vegetables. You don't want them getting all burnt and stuck to the pan. Now we're going to use some garlic powder. just a little bit. Gonna put some in the sauce too. Vegetables and the sauce. Here's a secret trick, a little bit of cinnamon. Don't ask, just try it. You'll thank me. I'm gonna slap a little bit of this oregano in there. I'm gonna pour it out of my hand first, then I'm gonna pinch it really good and make sure there's no big chunks. Kind of like grinding it up, but just use your hand to do that, your fingers. Get that stirred up. You want to keep stirring them vegetables. Don't let them sit for too long. I'm going to stir that sauce up a little bit. Get it nice and combined. You can put this sauce on anything. Tacos, anything you want to put it on. That's what it looks like. Almost looks like cheese sauce. There's no cheese in it. Potato, sofrito, heavy cream. So go ahead and cut that ground beef open. We're going to get that going in a separate pan. I like to use an aluminum pan for that. It gets it really hot. I'm going to drop it right on in there with no oil. The ground beef I use is an 85-15, so there's enough fat in it where you don't need to use any oil or butter or anything to cook it in. Wash your hands. You can cross-contaminate. Try to keep your workspace neat and clean. That's how I like to do it. A couple of big fat burrito shells. Get all that ready for when we make everything up. This is the ricado, the version Goya makes that is refrigerated. Actually fresh, you can eat it like salsa. It's absolutely delicious. That goes on at the end as a topping. The ricado we're making the sauce with is actually a cooking sauce. I'm going to give one good stir to these vegetables. They're really nice and hot now. That cast iron pan is doing its job, making a beautiful fire. And I'm going to do one of my favorite things here. This really adds a lot of flavor. I'm going to deglaze with marsala. Maybe a quarter cup or so. That really breaks the fond loose from the pan. The fond is all that good stuff that's stuck to the bottom. Put a little more oregano over here on the meat. Make sure you pinch it so you don't have any big chunks getting caught in your teeth. And then another little secret weapon like the cinnamon. Sometimes I gotta look for it. Fresh turmeric. This one I get from the Indian market, big bag full. A whole lot cheaper than those little jars you get at Publix. I'm going to do a little bit of red pepper flake. That goes in the meat. And the vegetables are just about done now. So what I'm going to do is stir these vegetables. Get them all combined with the marsala that's caramelized down in the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to do the old switcheroo. Take the veg off the heat. Get that meat on the main burner. Just chop it up real good. Make sure you combine all them spices you put in there too. Don't leave them right on top. It's real important you chop that meat up. The last thing you want to do when you bite into a burrito is get a big old chunk of meat. You want everything to be nice and cut up, chopped up. You'll see I'm a neat freak. I keep wiping stuff up as I make a mess. It's kind of nice that way. Cooking in a messy kitchen is okay if you're in a restaurant, but at home, keep yourself a nice rag nearby. Plus, it'll help stuff keep from sticking to the hot stove top while you're cooking. Always wash your hands a lot. Okay, get back over here. Just keep dicing that meat up, chopping it up real good, combining those ingredients, spices. And in the background, that vegetable is cooling down because you don't really want any hot ingredients going into your burrito because it'll just disintegrate the shell. And there's the sauce. That stuff is awesome. I could just drink that. Yep.
What you doing? Oh, smelling good, huh? Yeah.
I'm surprised it took her this long to come in. Gypsy's my little girl. She always helps me.
Making?
Alright, you want to chop that meat up, just keep chopping it. Give those vegetables one last stir to get all that fond broke loose off the bottom of the cast iron pan. You can use the cast iron pan for the meat if you want to. It doesn't really make a big difference with the meat, but it sure does with the vegetables. And that marsala gives it a delicious salty flavor. Yep, made another mess. Someone's in the background there trying to sniff up on that food. That meat cooks quick too, by the way. As long as you got a high heat on it. It's only going to take maybe 8 to 10 minutes at the most. You don't want to overcook it, then you get you some dry burritos. Now it's time for one of the most important parts. What do we got up here? There we go. Knob Creek. Kentucky bourbon. Everything goes better with a little bourbon on the side. Oh. Heaven forbid you put tap water in your bourbon. Make sure you take that extra moment to go get you Zephyr Hills and put some good water in there. There we go. Good boy. Alright, I'm going to flip out these burritos here. Make some room. Get ready to roll them up. Preparation. Double check that camera. Good boy. Give that meat one more chop. You can hear my cockatoo in the background. She's ringing her bell because she knows she's going to get some too. If you never had a cockatoo or a parrot, trust me, they love meat. They love people food. I'm going to go ahead and just scrape these vegetables off into a bowl. That'll help them cool down a lot quicker because that cast iron pan stays hot for a long time. I'm going to set them aside for when we go ahead and roll our burritos up. They will cool down quick. Nice. I see someone sneaking up there behind me, giving it a sniff. He's been known to steal whole red peppers right off of the cutting board. Flip that meat around a little bit. Kind of slow the heat down now because we're going to be taking this off the heat soon. Chop it up a few times, give it some more flips. Don't want to overcook it. There's just a little bit of red showing in there still right now. Taste it, make sure. Right on. Uh-oh. Better watch it. Now we're going to get out the big flat pan. I just always rinse pans when I get them out of the cabinet. I don't ever just throw them on the stove and use them, you never know. Might have been aliens in there or something. Looks good. Out now, we're going to dump that meat out. Take a sip of bourbon though. Oh boy. Dump that meat into a bowl, that'll start it cooling. That way for wrapping the burritos, you're not putting hot meat in the burrito. And just kind of spread it around a little bit so that it cools off nicely. Let everything kind of cool for about 5 minutes. Doesn't need to go much more than that. Sometimes even less. You just don't want to put really hot ingredients onto a burrito shell because it'll disintegrate. Gives you a chance to drink your bourbon. Let you get a little better look at what we're going to do here. Gonna put a big handful of shredded cheese on each burrito shell. Spread it out over the bottom 3/4 of the burrito. Try to leave the top third or so of the burrito dry so when you get up to rolling you don't have a bunch of food all blocked in there and keeping it from sealing. Just get that cheese all nice spread around. I'm gonna just put a little bit of these vegetables in there. You'll notice I'm not using all of these ingredients, the meat and the vegetables right now. I made enough for about 4 burritos, and I'm going to make 2 burritos here. What I'll ordinarily do is save the rest of the ingredients, and then tomorrow I'll kind of either put them in another burrito, or sometimes I'll even toast up some taco shells and make tacos with it. Yeah, if you got 4 people in the house, you'll use it all up. And I'm going to just put about a quarter of the meat on each one. Again, saving half the meat for tomorrow. Just kind of position everything, give yourself a little room on the edges, and then get to rolling. And y'all know how to roll a burrito up, right? It's pretty easy. Just tuck them sides in good. Sometimes they'll pop out, that ain't no big deal. I blew out the side of one of these and got one perfect, so 50% success rate. Now over there I've got that flat pan sitting there getting ready, and what I'm going to do here, as soon as these are rolled up, we're going to actually take these and put them down onto that flat pan. It's more like on a kind of a pancake griddle. And we're going to toast these bad boys up. Nobody wants to eat a raw tortilla, right? And there you go. The pan's on about medium heat. And I'm using Bertolli olive oil. And we're just going to toast them a little bit on each side. It'll warm the ingredients back up too. And then I'm just going to steal whatever fell out and eat it. Wrap the rest of those ingredients up for tomorrow. So basically, you're taking about 20-25 minutes here to make 2 complete meals. One for today, one for tomorrow. Put that stuff right in the fridge though, put it aside until it's cool. That meat will get real tough if you put it in there. Oh yeah, there's always some laying around. I don't waste nothing. Sorry, Gypsy. Yeah, we're just gonna let those little guys toast up and get nice and crispy. About a minute on each side is all you need. And then I just turn the heat off and let them cook on the remainder. Get your plate. Push them down, squish them down a little bit. Get them to stick together nice. Now's the time when you want to pick which one you want. Kind of eye them up. I'm going to taste that sauce over there now that it's cooled down a little bit. You notice I take a fresh spoon, taste it, chuck it. Keep that cross-contamination at a minimum. I'm gonna be a good boy. I think I'm gonna pick that little burrito. One's a little smaller. Onto the plate. And I just slide the other one off the side. I'll probably be eating that later on. Just take your knife out. Cut it diagonally in half. Get you a nice little lean-to there. And we're going to take that avocado. This stuff is really good. I think I got it at Costco. It's like a pack of 12 of these little things, and one of those is perfect for a meal. Just make some quenelles on the side. Each little pack makes 3 little tablespoon quenelles. Little footballs of deliciousness. Now I'm going to take that fresh ricotta. This is kind of like what we used in the sauce earlier, but it's not cooked. It's fresh. And you get that in the refrigerator section, so when you go and look for that, make sure you look in the refrigerated area, and that's where you'll find that. You won't find it on the shelf like the regular ricotta. Gonna get that cheese out. Gonna get ready to add some shredded cheese. Next thing I'm gonna do is just add 2 nice big spoonfuls of that sauce. Drizzle it all over those bad boys. You can get a straw out and drink that stuff. It's good. Again, I didn't use all of it. Got enough left for tomorrow. Another nice big handful of cheese shredded on top. And of course, a lot of you probably wondering, what the heck? Well, here it comes. Sour cream. Pour the water off. Stir it up. Put you a big glop right on top. I like my sour cream ice cold, so I don't get it out of the fridge until it's the right time to put it on there. Then put it away again. It'll last you weeks that way. Leave it on the counter for 10 minutes, it'll go bad in a few days. Then I'm going to hit that with some hot sauce. This thing is just about ready to go. Look at that. Oh, yeah, baby. That's how we do burritos in this house. You know I'm not going to just cut the video now. I'll be like a good food guy. I'm going to eat it right in front of you. Make you hungry. Grab a little of that avocado, a little ricotta, a little sour cream, a little sauce. And I'll be honest with y'all, sometimes I eat this with a tablespoon instead of a fork, but I want to look a little more refined today. You can tell how I'm enjoying that. Rock on.
Yeah. Thank you, Goya. That's how we make burritos in this house. Thanks for watching.